I found a revelation on my wife's iPad. Turns out she's cheating on me with her boss and admits all unfaithful actions but I. Part 2. 4. The hotel. We take a week to go away to the beach with my wife's family. We spend every day on the beach. My wife and I took the kids on bike rides. It was pretty good. We both jumped back into a hectic work week, starting off with my wife asking if I can pick up the kids midweek so that she can go out with her coworkers. I was kind of thrown off by this because it was our eldest son's first day of kindergarten and we had just got back from vacation. I thought it really weird that she would put a work outing over being with her son after his school on his first day. She said that one of her female coworkers was having a tough time in a divorce and wanted to organize a little golf outing followed by dinner/drinks to catch the first preseason football game. What I thought to be really weird was that, during the week we were at the beach, this plan also included her female coworker grabbing a hotel because she lives far away. My wife said that she was thinking about catching up with her there before golf because of the rough stuff she was going through. I think this is really strange, but keep my thoughts inside. I agree to pick up our kids so she can do this. I don't mind getting them, but this was a little strange since they are at her work and within a few minutes from our house. The day comes. We take pictures in the morning for my son's first day of kindergarten. Together. We walk him down together. She's rushing because she doesn't want to be late for work. I have a video of this on my phone, actually. We have been talking about this day for the entire end of preschool and throughout the summer. Here it is, and my wife is being weird, not herself. She is usually so invested in stuff like this. We see him walk into his class and I can barely keep up with my wife on the walk back to our house. She is like this normally, but I thought she would take exception to her son's first day. We got back and she was in her car and off to work seemingly frantic. Later in the day I barely get out of my business in time to be on time for the 45-minute drive to get the kids. There's a temporary road shutdown for construction. Then there's heavy, unusual traffic on the highway. I am running late. As I sit in traffic, my mind starts to race. This makes no sense. Why would she have me get the kids? It was our eldest's first day of school. Why is she out tonight? Doesn't she want to see him and be together? I panic because this is also our son's first day at the after-school program, and I know I am going to be late at this point. I call my wife. She doesn't answer. She knows I am picking the kids up. Why would she ignore my call? Wait, he's going to a hotel before golf. Am I stupid? Yes, it sounds that way. Nothing is going on. I feel so weird. In traffic, I pull out the phone again, hating what's become of me and this location thing. Her location, a hotel in the city where she works and we live, further from the golf course than one would expect. God. There is no way that she is there with her boss. If she is, I bet they are all there and they are at the bar getting drinks. But why at a hotel? I call the aftercare number because I can't get a hold of my wife who is currently at a hotel with her female coworker. The after-school person says no need to panic, the kids will be fine. Just take your time and get here when you can. I get closer and closer to getting off the highway and on toward the direction of my wife's work, where the aftercare program is. Now, coincidentally, my GPS has me getting off right near the on-ramp by this hotel she is at. As I continue closing on the ramp, 10 minutes late for picking up my kids, and stupidly watching my wife's location while driving and debating whether or not I have the guts to just be 5 more minutes late, jump off to the hotel and confirm my fears. Her location starts moving, and she's leaving. I am trying not to drive off the highway at this point. I missed. She went right by me. God help me if this is real. My heart is racing just recalling this moment. She must have been in a room for an hour. Denial and guilt set in. I feel awful for tracking her, but try to justify it in my mind through the horrible feelings inside of me. What is happening to me? I picked the kids up 10 minutes late, still frazzled as to why my wife wouldn't answer, but in absolute terror at the fact there's now a chance this could be really happening. She still hadn't called me back. My kids feel so dependent in my hands, and I am terrified for them. I finally hear from her after the kids and I are home eating. I think I sent her a picture of all of us hanging out with our shirts off. Her response, "Gosh, I love you guys." Before bed, the kids and I FaceTime her, which is not something we typically do. I was kind of thinking I should so she can't avoid showing me who she's with. She answers, and they are at a bar, but her boss isn't there as seems. Phew. Maybe she really was at the hotel with her female coworker. Then one of my kids asks where is. You know, the guy that gives them snacks when they visit the office. Camera pans and there he is, grinning, waving at my kids. We say goodnight and I put the kids down. She finally comes home an hour or so later. She is so thankful that I was able to get the kids, take care of them, make them dinner, put them down, etc. She tells me how much she loves me, and we have some real good sex. I feel so messed up. I feel violated. 5. The smoking gun. 3 days later, my wife and I are waking up in bed on a Sunday morning. We have plans to take the kids hiking for the day. My wife immediately rolls over to her phone, but I don't think anything of it. She quickly gets out of the house for her routine early morning run. I walk downstairs and turn on her iPad, which just so happens to be one of the devices we share for music. Coincidentally, an update ran the night before, but I don't know if this has anything to do with what's next. As I am opening Apple Music to put some early morning tunes on, a text message notification pops up. I had not seen this on this iPad before. It was an emoji-filled message from her boss reading something like "Good morning, bae. It's a beautiful day for a run." I tap it without thinking. It opens up a subsequent message revealing that my wife actually texted him as soon as she woke up. I panicked and deleted the message. Either way, I now see the smoking gun in fear, distrust, disgust, and violation set in. My wife returns from her run, and I am angry, but I don't yell. I repeat his text message to her in my own words. She is confused and definitely weirded out. I take her hand and walk her into our dining room, sit her down, and put my eyes 6 inches from hers. "Me, what is going on with you and your boss?" Her, "What?" I, "Nothing. He's my boss. He's almost 60 years old. She looks like she's seen a ghost." "Me, we have 2 beautiful boys in the other room. What are you doing?" I explain the text messages. Her, "Nothing, I swear. Bae is just something we all call each other and he and I are in a friendly Apple Watch competition. I told him I was going to run. I swear nothing is going on." I walk away. I am thinking that I shouldn't have said anything. I should have held it together, let the text messages keep rolling in, and get my confirmation from something that won't lie to me. But I don't want to keep spying and sneaking. I am desperate for her to just come clean. We awkwardly drive to our hike. She's weird the whole way, obviously. We finish a pretty long, quiet hike with the kids. They pass out on the ride back and I bring the morning text message up to her again. I tell her that it is killing me, and the fact that someone texted her first thing on a Sunday morning tells me what's on the mind. She immediately agrees how bad it appears, obviously having thought about it the whole day. She isn't denying that. She does deny that anything is going on, however. Meanwhile, the hotel in number 4 is still burning a hole in the side of my skull. Later that night, we talk about the text message again over a bottle of wine. I thought it might bring more out. No luck, just more denial and reassurance of no wrongdoing. Almost 3 weeks later. 6. Confirmation. I wake up this past Saturday with a gut-wrenching visions of my wife with someone else, and on the morning of one of the biggest events my company hosts all year. I can't shake the thoughts despite the brevity of the day ahead. The hotel incident has been killing me for weeks. My wife leaves for the gym with our kids, something we used to do together, and I leave for work. In the chaos of setting up what should be a huge, successful event at my business, all this stuff is boiling within me. I feel so messed up. I want to leave and be home with my family to prove that I don't work too much, to prove that I love them and want the best for them. Then I try to do something I've been wanting to do for almost 3 weeks. I call the hotel. Praying and praying that if I am given any kind of information, that it reveals her female coworker was indeed the one who booked the room. I hang up on the second ring. On second thought, I didn't want to know. Or did I already know? I had to get back to work. This whole day, by the way, my wife is with the kids. Day ends, I feel wrong that I don't hurry back to her, despite maybe having a chance of getting home in time to see her before bed. Sunday morning. We have plans to go to her brother's for football. I have to run into work, not typical on weekends, to deal with some aftermath of the event from the day before. She leaves for the gym with plans to pick me up at my business so we can ride to her brother's together. I start packing up and then look over at her iPad. It was practically screaming at me. Do it. Maybe there's something there. I open her iPad and sit down. I feel so wrong doing this, but I also know that I've somehow been so much more wrong than anything I'm about to do. She had since figured out how to sign out of iCloud and stop texts from coming in, so no luck there, but an obvious sign of hiding something. I look at her boss's contact card and see she was sharing her location on /off with him the night before. I open her photo stream, nothing weird there. I scroll down the albums. I open deleted photos. Here we go. Underwear photos the day after we returned from the beach vacation, and the morning before her return to work. I could only assume she sent them to her boss, because I didn't get them. This is far out of her typical safe zone, so now the intensity and level of their relationship is starting to hit me. And then I see what appears as an accidental screenshot that she took of a text exchange with her boss, the day before the hotel. The gist is how they are planning to have lunch or something together, mixed into a swath of hearts with the kicker from the boss: "I've been waiting to see you since last Friday when you left. I'm waiting for you, babe." I look in her browsing history on her iPad. I see a Google search for how to say one more day in Spanish, searched for the day of the panty pictures, and the day before we returned to work. It reminded of how she would flirt with me back when we started out, more than 10 years ago. Someone else gets to experience that now. I am absolutely convinced at this point, and the 2 months of my denying and avoiding the obvious have no more fight in this. My life is about to change forever. I drive to my business and she meets me there later as planned with the kids. We hang out for a bit, but I am still in shock. She knows something is wrong and keeps asking. We drive to her brother's almost silently. The whole visit is incredibly awkward because I am just stewing in this realization, attempting to process, while she sits there, seemingly terrified of what's to come. I text a partner of mine, a gentleman I am involved in business with, and who happens to be a partner at one of the area's most reputable law firms. He's known as one of the top divorce attorneys in the state. Hey, maybe he can help. He calls me right away and I step outside. I walk him through as much as I can, stutter out in a panic. He calms me down, and tells me that the only thing to do is to get her alone and put all the cards on the table. In the end, it doesn't matter how they got there, what matters is what's on them.